நீலகிரி மாவட்டம் உதகையில் இல்டாஸ் ஆண்கள் பள்ளியில் குற்றவியல் தலைமை நீதிபதி மற்றும் சட்டப்பணிகள் ஆணைக்குழு செயலாளர் செந்தில்குமார் அவர்கள் தலைமையில் பள்ளி மாணவர்களிடம் நல்லொழுக்கம் குறித்து சிறப்பு விழிப்புணர்வு நிகழ்ச்சி நடைபெற்றது. நிகழ்ச்சியில் மாணவர்களிடம் பேசிய நீதிபதி, ராமேஸ்வரத்தில் ஒரு சாதாரண குடும்பத்தில் பிறந்து வளர்ந்து நம் நாட்டின் 11வது குடியரசுத் தலைவராக உருவான APJ அப்துல் கலாம் அவர்களின் வாழ்க்கையானது அசாதாரணமான மன உறுதி, அபாரமான தைரியம், அயராத விடாமுயற்சியால் இந்திய விண்வெளி ஆராய்ச்சி நிறுவனமான இஸ்ரோ மற்றும் இந்தியாவின் பாதுகாப்பு ஆராய்ச்சி வளர்ச்சி நிறுவனம் ஆகியவற்றில் பதவிகள் வகித்தார் அப்துல் கலாம் எனவும், பல குடியரசுத் தலைவர்கள் வாழ்ந்து மறைந்திருந்தாலும் அப்துல் கலாம் நாட்டில் இளைஞர்கள் மத்தியில் ஏற்படுத்திய உற்சாகம், தாக்கம் இளைஞர்களிடம் பெரிதும் பேசப்பட்டு வருகிறது. அதன் அடிப்படையில் இப்போதுள்ள பள்ளி மாணவர்கள் தங்களது வாழ்க்கையிலும் அப்துல் கலாம் அவர்களை முன்னுதாரணமாக கொண்டு வாழ்க்கையை மேம்படுத்திக் கொள்ள கேட்டுக்கொண்டார். இந்நிகழ்ச்சியில் பள்ளி மாணவர்கள், ஆசிரியர்கள் கலந்து கொண்டனர்.
I was invited by your principal to give a brief note on behavior, and I'm very happy and privileged to address this young guns gathering, since you are the future of this nation. Behavior. So I'm not going to take much of your time, since today you got your quarterly exams. Let me go directly to the subject behavior. There was a small hill town like that, like the likes of our Negroes in South Africa, by name Peter Martinsburg. The name of the hill station is Peter Martinsburg. It's a very small hill town, and those days there was no any facilities. One young lawyer from Porbandar, his name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He was on the way to attend a court proceedings. He was an energetic lawyer, and he was traveling through a train in those days, having a first class ticket for traveling in that train. This our lawyer, the young lawyer, he was having a black complexion, and people were on those days, there were some prejudice. So one of the British, he cannot be called as a Britisher, he is a white man. He was objecting for Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi to travel within the first class, though despite our Gandhiji was having a first class ticket. This train comes near Peter Martinsburg. Gandhiji was pushed out, literally kicked out. He was kicked out, his luggage was thrown, he was pushed out of the compartment, and he fell down. And he fell down, another man near the platform helped him, and Gandhiji, he asked, the person who helped Gandhiji asked, why are you not anger? Are you not mood? Why you are trying to control your emotions? Gandhiji said, no, I am reserving my strength for a bigger battle. Remember, children, this happened on June 7th, 1893. Just 1 year before your girls' school was started. And on those days, we don't have any these facilities what we enjoy now. There was no warmer clothes or all those things. That was a very cold station, and you will not believe, the whole night Gandhiji was in the station. He was in the waiting hall, thinking over the color prejudice as well as this racial discrimination. See, one man's behavior, see how it changes another man's life. The perspective what he has seen from that white man's behavior gave birth to a great leader. Thereon he started the National Congress and South Africa started to fight against racial discrimination, started to fight against color prejudice. Then he came back here and rest is history. He was a man who organized. There was a war for 200 years of freedom struggle. He was a man who organized, and he was a man, the reason for the Britishers having a second thought to give freedom to us. The concept to be the inspiration, or say the lesson what we have learnt, is that one man's behavior was seen in another man's, the perspective is that he took in the other way. Normally, during our schooling days or during our college days or when we are younger, we are somewhat, we have a power, or we are physically we are more powerful. If one man pushes us, normal intent will be either we will be retaliating, verbal abusing, or we will give him a blow in return. But the nation of this leader, later on called us the nation of the leader, took it the other way. He said no. He thought over, he had a pondering over the color prejudice and racial discrimination. There came, he didn't give much importance to his ego, but one man's behavior, that white man's behavior, gave away a great Mahatma. Then we come to, in the year 1916, February, a young lad from Cuttack was pursuing his college education at the renowned Presidency College, Calcutta. There he had an encounter with one professor by name Quantum. This Quantum used to show much discrimination. He used to abuse our Indian students, and he didn't live up to his mark as a teacher, and he continuously was harassing the students. This young lad, 19 years old, a bright prospect, he took the other way. The behavior of that white man didn't go with the young lad, 19 years old lad. His name was Subash Chandra Bose. Then he decided on the other way. Now you can get yourself differentiated from these two incidents. One man gets a blow, thinks over the racial prejudice, thinks over the behavior of the other person, gives a blow by taking the path of ahimsa. Here is a person who could not forbear the atrocities of the Professor Quantum. Then Subhash Chandra Bose gave a blow. He was expelled from the college, but that is not history. Here comes the man, the real hero, who formed our Indian National Army in the year 1942, and rest is history. Still we see he is the icon of bravery, one man. That is the great Netaji Subash Chandra Bose. Then we come to the 19th century. A man who was selected almost, he ranked 9th when he went for an interview to join Air Force. But there was only 8 postings. He comes back. He comes to Rishikesh. He meets Swamiji by name Sivananda. That Swamiji says, "No, your days are ahead." He spoke in Hindi and he gave all those sermon. This young lad comes back, pursues his education. Then he is called as the missile man. His name is none other than APJ Abdul Kalam. Here again the concept of behavior. He was called for a lecture in a renowned university. He was provided with a very big chair and the other chairs were very small. Immediately this man of quality said, "No, that chair should be removed." He said, every chair should be placed equally. Now the concept of behavior comes here. He says, you need not be known by your position, what you acquire. You should be known by your qualities. So that is the quality of this man from Rameshwaram to Rashtrapati Bhavan. He later on went, after he had all his debacle in his life, went on to conquer the world and was called as the Missile Man. And he was dreaming about a developed India, which I believe that it is on progress. Now, not only these great leaders have stood for their quality, but there are very many leaders. And you would have heard about Martin Luther King. He is a man. He was a man who was fighting against color prejudice. And a famous quote of Martin Luther King in respect of behavior, he says, "Don't judge me by my color, but judge me by the content of my character." So these are all golden words of Martin Luther King Jr. And so unfortunately he was shot, but he stood for the fight against color prejudice. So the bottom line of this message is conveyed to our students is that so there is no question of differentiation or discrimination. There should not be any discrimination against the students. What Paramatma, that is Lord Krishna, says, you sow the seeds of love everywhere. Wherever you go, sow the seeds of love. நீங்கள் எங்கெல்லாம் செல்கிறீர்களோ அன்பை விதையுங்கள். என்றாவது ஏதாவது ஒரு நாளில் அந்த அன்பின் பயனை மற்றவர்கள் அறுவடை செய்வார்கள். So this is the words of Lord Krishna. But this is also the words of even Jesus, as well as this is the words of Muhammad Nabi. So there is no question of sticking them with the religious stigma. Everyone is a social reformer. With due respect to this heritage institution being functioning from 1894 and the boys school in the year 2017 and be proud and proud of your institutions. Give a great respect to your teachers and every leader what I have said have been made by the teachers. And as I spoke about APJ Abdul Kalam, Sivasubramanian Iyer, he was his teacher and he had changed the life path of Sri Abdul Kalam. And the heading, what the subject matter, what was given to me is behavior. It's a very, very big concept. But today being your first day of your quarterly exam, you will be having preoccupied mind of your exams, and I convey my best wishes, all the best, do your exams good, and it's a great privilege to stand before you and make a small note about behavior. Thank you so much.
ராகம் டிவி யூடியூப் பக்கத்தை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் செய்யுங்கள்.